Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to what game week is it next week? Game week 36 preview for Fantasy ChampMan. I'm again not Luke, but we're joined by a Luke. Evening? It's afternoon. Afternoon, Irons. How's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Yeah, I'd have a go at you for that introduction, but we're both very nervous, aren't we? We're nervous about the England game later.
Yeah, let's sort that out. Right, beer's open. First beer of the day.
Get started early.
Yeah, God. Yeah, it's we'll let's concentrate on this, and maybe we can have a little chat about the England game towards the end if we get done quickly. But yeah, I'm rushing to the pub later on, and that's me sorted for the evening. Cool. So, how did you get on in Game Week 35? I think you did quite well, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm really annoyed. I missed that one. Yeah, I was at a wedding and I got 95 points. I had Henri captain, like most people did, Dublin hat trick, and had the Veron brace in midfield as well. So, yeah, happy with that. And then outside of that, I think I got a Nedved assist and a Sylvester clean sheet. So the rest of the team were pretty useless, but those three players combined, I think, got me 73 points between three of them.
Yeah, compared to my game week 34, which was incredible. This brought me back down to earth this week. I think I got 74 points, not having either Henri or Dublin. That was the killer. But I captained Veron, so I did get my captain choice right. I didn't go with Van Nistelrooy. So yeah, it wasn't great. I think it was like a 2-place red arrow, taking me from like 106 to 108th. So yeah, hopefully we can push on for that top 100 finish. Nowhere near how you're doing, but yeah. Right, we won't talk about go through last week's games. All the stats are all there for them. So yeah, if you want to find them, just check out the tweets from the end of game week 35. Won't be far down the timeline on the page, and there's all the stats there for everyone to see. We're just going to go straight into the injury news and suspension news. There's quite a bit of injury news for this week, so we'll just dive straight into that. Let's go straight to Arsenal. Right, who is there? So there's no one on low condition for Arsenal. Everyone's okay. Graham Barrett is suspended for one match, so he'll be back in game week 37, but he probably won't play anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, Arsenal, all good. Have you got any Arsenal assets? Probably not. Oh, you've got
Henri, but he'll be gone, won't he? Don't want him for this week. It'll likely be a straight swap for probably Kevin Phillips at home to Derby if he's fit. If you don't ruin my day, I'll be going for Phillips.
Well, hopefully it won't be too long until we see. Right, Villa. I think Danny Mills is an old injury. Still got 2 weeks to go, which means game week 38, because that second week is... So there's 1 week till... so this is game week 36. The next week is the FA Cup final. Oh, no, next week's game week 37. Then the following week is the FA Cup final, and then there's the following week after that, it's game week 38. So, he'll be back in 38. Delaney out for 10 days. Might make it for 37, but probably 38. Enkelman on 90%. Probably doesn't matter. Alpay is suspended for 4 matches, so that's the end of his season. There'll be, I think there's 2 or 3 suspensions that kick in this week. That it's just that's it. That's game over for their season. So yeah, he's gone. So if you've got him, don't hold him. Just sell. Right, Blackburn. Nobby Solano still injured, still got a few more days to go at 90%. Although, yeah, because he's been playing right back most of the season, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not. It's a bit of a shame, really, because
Can
he
be really
wasn't.
good, can't
Yeah, he's quite good on the game, and yeah, he's just better than any other Blackburn right backs, and they've got a few good right midfielders. Um, David Weatherall, I know this was questioned because I think we got the dates wrong on when his suspension kicked in. So it kicks in this week, and he's out for the season. Rob Pick, I'm one of your two favourite people. How nice. Thank you very much. So yeah, David Weatherall is out. Sell, sell, sell if you own him. Other than that, I think Blackburn are all good. On to Bolton. Again, not much news. I think there's loads of injuries this week, but they must all be like later down, further down. So yeah, nothing to report from Belgium, from Bolton. Colin Hendry, that Belgian centre half, at 89%, should be okay. It's at 26. They played today, but you'd expect him probably to still start. Gareth Wally, still got a few days with his facial, 90%. So maybe he probably, or he might play, might not. Question mark over him. If you own him still. Charlton, there's a few. Let's start off with hold me closer, Fatty Dinser. 3-match English ban. So he's out for the season now. So yeah, it's a shame really. At 4.5, he was quite nice to have in
Really
there,
good.
especially since he broke in. It was just after Christmas, didn't he? Broke into the first team. He's been brilliant to have like as a just someone extra, and if Charlton play at home, bring him in.
Yeah, I've had Hughes. I've had Hughes from Charlton, and ever since Dinter came in, it seems to be him getting all the returns, and Hughes has barely done anything. Where, as you say, when Charlton have a nice home game, you might as well I've just gone, yeah, I'll throw Hughes in for the week, and it's just a classic 2 or 3 pointer every time. He barely ever returns.
Yeah, 3 points if you're lucky because they're just
Yeah,
awful
that's
home
it.
and away.
Yeah.
Michael Clegg obviously out for 6 months, so it's his season's over anyway. Luke Young, I think he's in the game. 82% out for a few days. The rest of the flagged ones are not in the game. Greg Warren is 89%. So you wouldn't expect him to be starting. And that's about it for Charlton. On to Chelsea. Right, few injuries here. Leon Knight, injured in England's 1-0. Oh, there must have been internationals in midweek. So he's out for 2 weeks. So he'll be back for 38. Kennedy out for 3 weeks, might make it back for 38. Thomas Christensen out for 10 days, back 38. And Emmanuel Petit, who is probably in a few teams out there, he's out for 2 weeks, so probably back for 38 as well.
Are we getting? Do we know anything about Kudicini? When's he out?
Kudicini, I believe his starts on 4th of the 5th, which is 37. And
Okay,
he'll.
so you can have him. If you've got him, you can have him for this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it buys you a week to move him out. Maybe Kudicini to Bartes if you've got an extra Man United slot open. That could be a nice little move for the treble. But yeah, we won't be seeing Kudicini until game week 2 of. Oh no, did Chelsea win? They're not in the cup final, are they? No, they won the League Cup final. I was just thinking, Chelsea get away with it, and Chelsea he might have the suspension in the Charity Shield, but he's not. So yeah, Kudicini's out from 37. On to Derby. Malcolm Christie out for 3 weeks with a damaged neck, so may or may not be back for 38. They haven't been great anyway. They've been pretty awful. They've got 2 wins in the last about 12 games. It's pretty horrendous. Although that fixture against Millwall could have been a nice one, maybe if you needed a budget forward. But other than that, nothing to report.
I think they might be the only team that I've not had a player from all season. Thinking about it, I've never had it. I don't think I've owned a Derby player all year.
I might have started with Valakari.
Then he ended up being the defensive midfielder, didn't he? In their 3-3-2-2 formation.
Yeah, because he was good. He wasn't too bad in season 1.
No, everybody had him for the treble game week.
I might have taken a gamble on Christie against Watford or something like that early in the season. It seems so long ago now that game week 1 was beginning of October, wasn't it? So it was a while ago. Cool. So on to Everton. Right, few players out here. Scott Gemmell, 10 days, so it's 38. He'll be back. Kenny isn't in the game. Duncan Ferguson out for a week, so should be back for 37. May even feature this week. When do they play? They play today. So might feature, might not. Thomas Gravison, again, might feature, might not. Otherwise, he's back for 37. But nothing to report from Everton after their impressive 4-2 win against Liverpool.
Yeah, how's Campbell doing for the season now? Because I feel like he's gone a bit under the radar until recently. Is he had a pretty consistent season?
Where is he? I've owned him for quite a while. 21 in 41. That's not a bad return, is it?
Really solid.
7.48 average rating, again not too shabby. 5 man of the match awards, 10 assists as well. He's been picking up as if he doesn't score, he generally gets an assist. He's kind of he's kind of like with Rude. If he doesn't score, he generally gets an assist.
I feel like because Dublin's been so good.
Yeah, it's been hard to ignore that, hasn't it?
Yeah, Dion Dublin's been hard to ignore, and no one ever is going to go for 2-6 million strikers because all the value's up front, isn't it? So you either go for one or the other, and Dublin's kind of unfortunately stolen his thunder. Yeah.
I mean, there's been a couple of times where I thought, I could jump off Campbell and jump onto Dublin, and I've just been like, no, it can't be. It's not sustainable. It's not you can't get that out of your head. That it's not real. So it's it's based on data. It's purely based on data. And you just follow the data. And that's kind of what happened with me with Kevin Phillips when he got his back-to-back hat tricks. I captained him 1 week and then I didn't captain him the next because I was like, no, you can't. Even though he was the top captaincy option from I think it was from Martin at CM Fantasy Sims. I was like, no, he can't do it again. So I didn't captain him, and then he did it again when other people then captained him. So, nothing left to report from Everton. Ipswich, Prutton is still out for the rest of the season. Thomas Gardso, 90%, 10 days. So you'd imagine it'll probably be... He might be back for 37, but I don't think he's very highly owned anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. My fucking mouse is playing up again. Carriage doesn't really play at 81%. Reed 89%. Berkovic 90%.
Yeah.
Other than that, everyone else is okay. It was interesting. That caught me by surprise. That did this week. Gary Doherty playing up front. I wasn't expecting that, especially after we chatted on me and Martin chatted on the preview last week, and we're like, just looks like Gary Doherty's just staying in defence now. He's like, we were talking
Yeah.
about his rep maybe just dropped a little bit because it would have increased with the move, and that might have meant he started up front. And then, with Armstrong, Pablo, both sort of fit most weeks, and Stewart as well. Like you thought that it kind of meant, he'd always be in defence, and then this week just absolute bombshell.
He's an outside punt for a captain this week, isn't he? If we find out he's playing up front at home to Charlton, can't get much better than that.
Yeah, if he's, I think if the league comes out and it's Gary Doherty starts up front, that'd be quite a big leak.
I don't know whether we'll get nice information about like that. But if you want to take a punt, it's the week to do it, because he could definitely get a brace and a clean sheet, couldn't he? If you get lucky, 21 pointer.
That would be sort of a definitely something if you're really wanting to just gamble and improve your overall rank, or if you're like yourself close to the top 10.
Yeah, I'm 12th. Yeah, I think I'm 8 points off top 10, something like that.
So would you take the gamble and dive into it and have a go? Yeah, well, and if it paid off, then you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. This is why I'm currently at the moment going without Rude in the treble, because I'm like, well, I might as well go for it, see if I can win. I'll triple captain Nedved or something and hope Ruud van Nistelrooy gets his ankle snapped in the first minute of the first game. Sort of thing. Right, we'll see what happens.
Well, it all depends. I think with Ruud, it all depends on how this team does. They drop points, so they drop points against Leicester. If they drop points again against, I think they played Blackburn. Who did they play? Yeah, they play Blackburn. So if they drop points again, that opens up the treble game week for full strength United all the way through.
Oh, really?
Which would be insane. I briefly watched a bit of Martin's video yesterday, and there's sims that he's run, and they have gone full strength in that treble game week. Like even playing full strength side in the first Premier League game, full strength in the Champions League, full strength in the Cup final, and then in the two league games the following week. And they've won all of them, all 5 games they've gone and won.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this in one of the group chats the other day, weren't we? And we were saying it wouldn't be, with those games, it wouldn't be ridiculous for Ruud to get a goal and all bonus, a brace and all bonus, and a hat-trick and all bonus. And you'd end up getting 39 points. So 117-point triple captain.
Yeah.
So, there's, Veron could do even better and get you 150 points for your triple captain if you get a lucky week because he's done that recently, isn't he? The last 2 league games for Veron, I think he would have had about 33 points, 34 points just for the last 2 games.
Yeah, I think if results fall the right way with Leeds and United, and it means full strength United for the treble, we could potentially, there might be someone out there that sort of knocks on the door of the sort of 180 plus points if they had a triple captain and Ruud, Veron, Nedved, and if they all returned as well. It'd just be just be scenes. Right, anyway, into Leeds. So Viduka 79% one day. I think they play today. Yeah, so they play today. He probably won't start. Could be on the bench though. Eric Bakker out for 10 days with a broken toe, so that's till game week 38. Dubry out for the season. Kansdale Sharif is not in the game, and everyone's favourite Australian, or second favourite Australian after Viduka, Harry Kewell, out for a few days with his stub toe, but could probably feature at 90%. Robbie Keane. I think it would still be Keane, Larson, and Smith. Will probably be the 3 up front. I'd imagine. Let's find a similar rep to Blackburn on a home game. Let's go Bolton. Yeah, they'll probably play exactly like that, more or less.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, I can still see. I can't see them not winning. To be fair, I think they'll win
Although I
quite
would have said the same
comfortably.
about the Leicester game.
I think there was different because they were away, and so Leicester were going to attack them, and Leicester have got players that are good to attack games. Yeah, does the AI factor in being nervous about your first league title in 12 years? I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, did I scroll down Leeds? Just check there's no suspensions or anything. No. Cool.
It's quite funny you saying Leeds won a title 12 years ago, which just seems hilarious because obviously that's
91.
certainly not anymore.
Yeah, 1991. Long may it continue that they haven't won a title. I'm sure Rob in the chat would agree with me. Right, Dennis Wise out for 2 weeks, so out till game week 38 for Leicester with pulled hamstring. That Savage isn't in the game. That Savage is, and he's okay. Did you see what he was wearing last week for the Wales round of 16 game?
Oh no, he's a knob.
I was so glad they went out because it just meant you just don't see him anymore on the TV.
No, I love his passion. I love his passion. You can't deny that. But I think his commentary is so biased that it gets to a point where you're like, I can't actually sit here and enjoy this. Like, I'm happy that he's passionate, but sometimes you sit there and goes, "Oh, that's a foul," and then you watch it and you're like, "That's never in a million years was that a foul." He goes a bit too far past it.
Yeah. I think 10 minutes of it's enjoyable, like hearing a passionate fan. But yeah, not for the whole game. It's like what they used to do on Sky Sports when they had the fan zone thing where you could just watch two blokes chatting about Super Sunday, and some of them were really good, but there was others that you were just like, come on, mate. Like there'd be a red card, which was an obvious red card or something, and he'd just be going crazy. It's like, no, it's a red card.
Clearly a red.
Cool. So yeah, nothing to report from Leicester. Now Liverpool, who have got a double coming up, have a few injuries. Owen still out for another 2 weeks, so could play a part in the double game week. Could play the Man United fixture. Probably expect him to. Daniel Sholand out for 3 months, so yeah, he's not there. Kirkland out for 3 weeks. Doesn't start anyway. And Barnby out for 3 weeks, so he'll be out till 38. And Biscan has a flag, which is a few days, but possibly could start. He's been playing right back, or has he been playing left back?
Yeah, he's been playing right back quite a lot.
We played centre mid.
He's played everywhere this season. He's played left back, right back, centre back, and centre mid.
Well, he's been playing centre mid quite a bit. Last 3 games he's played centre mid.
How's he done this season? Because last year he was quite good at 5 million, wasn't he? But Biscan.
Yeah.
Not as good this year.
Not great, but he had spent a lot of time playing at the back. I think it might have been because Liverpool, up until like very recently, like Hegem, Hoopier, Reese, there were so many injuries, and it was just when one came back, another one got injured, and that probably just forced him into the back four. Nothing else to report on from Liverpool. Someone said Sammy unhappier. What was wrong with Sammy? Feels the team has more potential than it's showing, but would like to negotiate a new camp contract.
So he's happy to stay at the crap team as long as they pay him a bit.
Yeah, double my wages and I'll stay. Just double checking there's nothing else that... I'll have to keep an eye on the chat as well. Right, Man City. Haaland 10 days with a broken toe still, so it's Gameweek 38. Simon Horworth is out for 2 weeks, so 38 he'll be back. McQuilkin out for a week, so back for 37. Other than that, not much to report from them. Right, now the big injury news is there's no injuries. Well, Beckham 60% injured in England's 3-0. How did they get on? What's the lineup looking for? How is Dublin not in the England squad? How is he not in the England squad?
That's not a strong team, is it?
No.
Is that Jason Wilcox? I see. Who got man of the match?
Jason Wilcox, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I know we had issues at left mid at that point, didn't we?
It's not a bad back four. It's not a bad back four.
Back four really. Solid enough. That's relatively normal. That's what you'd probably expect to see at the time.
And 3 of your 4 midfielders is all right. Wilcox, but then I think this is the problem though. What English left midfielders were there?
Well, I always think back to 2001 when we won 5-1 against Germany. We played Barnby, and then in the World Cup in 2002 we played Trevor Sinclair. So it wasn't a strong position.
Like the AI doesn't try and play Skulls out on the wing, so
no.
Beckham 60%. How long's that for? A day. But yeah, he just shores up Chadwick, I think, for this week. Then Keane out for a day with his broken toe. He can play with a broken toe.
Yeah.
Veron 92%, but yeah, nothing to worry about there. Not Andy Cole's unhappy. Thinking of moving clubs because he wants first team football. Or Emerson to transfer. He's going to Deportivo in the summer. Oh, it's a short stay for Emerson. I think he was pretty much only signed because I think that was when Veron, Keane were both injured, so it just made sense to sign another centre mid.
Veron wasn't injured, was he? He was at the spa.
That was
it. He went on a spa retreat, didn't he, for a month? So he had to sign Emerson.
But he wasn't he like injured, but then he'd play every week and then just be still exactly the same condition the following week and everything.
Really weird, odd little period that was.
Cool. Luke's in the chat. Retired Joe Cole. He's saying. Oh, for England.
Yeah, Joe Cole. Joe Cole was our left mid going into the World Cup in 2006, wasn't
he? He was on the Crouchy show last night.
Oh, really?
I don't even know why I watched it. It's horrendous.
I did watch it.
Just imagine Peter Crouch hosting a TV show. And that's the sort of standard of programming you've got on the BBC at 11 o'clock at night. Right, Steve Finnan out for 1 day with a broken nose, 90%. They play Saturday. Keep clicking past it. There we go. Nothing much else. Miller's on 94, Johnson on 94. The important players though, Boxic, who I gambled on this week, didn't return. Who did Ricard score? No, Ricard didn't. So it was Marinelli again and Jonathan Greening. He's such a disappointing player, Boxic, and I'll probably have to keep him in because they've got another nice fixture.
Yeah, potentially a captain this week. He could be the most captain player, him and Phillips.
Or Ricard. I think, he's. It was another one of those coin flips, and I went with Boxic over Ricard, and I'd know that Ricard's probably going to go big in 36. It'd just be the way it goes with him. Right, on to Millwall. Kevin Mukanesby is tired at 56. Luke said Dublin may have retired from international duty. Can click him to see. Yeah, we'll have a look at the end because you'd expect him to be in that England side. So he's 56%, so probably out. Other than that, where are all these injuries? There was loads. Nothing much else to report from Millwall. David Tuttle has a transfer booked in. He's going to Notts County. It's a step up if there was one. Newcastle. Steve Watson out for 3 weeks, so back for 38. Kieran Dyer. Oh, pray for Kieran. 6%. Out for a few days. He might be out for a few more days than a few.
I'm intrigued to know what the difference between 1% and 6% is. He's not on life support.
No.
He's breathing by himself.
Yeah. But still needs someone to come and wipe his bum for him.
Yeah.
Nothing much else from Newcastle. Just lots of unhappy players. We'll have a look at the manager situation once we finish going through them all. Loads of it. Sapunsis is going to Olympiacos. Wayne Quinn dislikes Laurent Robert, but Laurent Robert's leaving anyway. He's going to Lyon. What's wrong with Gary Speed? Dislikes. Oh, everyone just doesn't like Laurent Robert.
So they'll have a good season next year.
Dominic Matteo dislikes Laurent Robert. He must be causing trouble. Yeah, Stephen Hughes dislikes Laurent Robert.
They're going to win the league. I'm putting money on them to win the league next year once he's fucked off.
Yeah, fucking hell. What has he done?
What a bastard.
He's had a disrupted... here we go. He's had a disruptive influence on the team. It's probably because he pushed for the move and it's meant that it caused a bit of a disruption in the dressing room. But yeah, fucking everyone just doesn't like him. Craig Bellamy doesn't mind him. That's pretty typical. He's probably they're probably mates.
Yeah.
They're just they would say they don't like Craig Bellamy, but they're just scared of him.
Yeah, little thug.
Right, on to Sunderland. Nothing to report here, apart from Emerson Tome. Disgrace. Headbutting. Who did he headbutt? He headbutted Dion Dublin. Yeah. Didn't do enough damage to him though, because he still went and got his hat trick. So he's out from the 3rd of May, which means he's out for 37 and 38.
Okay, I do have Emerson Tome.
Yeah, if you're bench boosting, then it's a move. Got to get rid of him, really. Other than that, nothing much to report from them. Jurgen Macho out for 2 months, but I don't think he's available in the game. Spurs, right? Stefan Everson out for 3 weeks. So game week 38 with a groin strain. So it just shores up Rebrov and probably. Oh, would it be who started up front in the last game? I just went one up front. That just shores up Selakovic probably to play that AMC moving forward role. Sereni suspended for 3 matches, so he's out for the season, which means that Totter is he? Have we got probably Totter?
Bloody hell! Oh, such a shame because we've got Henry's at home to Tottenham in game week 37, but obviously by then you're going to be all over the double/triple game week players, aren't you? Henry could easily get another 17 or 20 pointer against Tottenham and Totter.
That, yeah. I remember, wasn't there a game last season when who would have been there? Neil Sullivan was he their first choice last season?
Think so. And then Jalal or Totter came in.
Yeah, I think it was Jalal that started, and we were like looking at his stats, and then he made like 7 saves or something
Yeah.
ridiculous. um, Bunjevkovic, I think that's how you say it. 64%. So, but no flag. Other than that, Spurs look okay. Who do they play this week? They've got Everton at home. Probably probably back Everton. I think that's one that I'm trying to decide whether to keep
Mm.
Kevin Campbell or not. And then Watford, nothing much to report from them. Pereira out for the season. Dorley's not available to sign. Yeah, full. Watford have been quite good for injuries. They've kind of avoided injuries all season. Probably why they're not doing too bad in the league. Let's have a quick look at the league table. They're not doing too bad, but they're still doing pretty bad. Yeah, they're 3 points above safety. Millwall got a game in hand, which against United, which they probably have to win to have a chance of staying up. I think they can go down this week if they don't win, and Watford and Man City pick up points. I think that pretty much settles it. And then at the top, United now 7 points behind with 2 games in hand. So yeah, we need Leeds to drop a point somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Well, ideally this week, because then we can go into the treble with a chance of United going full strength in all 3 games. If Leeds win, I'd probably be wary about who I'm spending my money on for United because of the chances of rotation. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure at the moment. Who have I got? I've got Van Nistelrooy, Veron, and Chadwick.
Okay.
But maybe I might offload one if I thought there was going to be mass rotation in there. Might
Yeah.
offload Van Nistelrooy and target another striker with good fixtures that week. I don't know. Just take the gamble on it because
Yeah.
there'll be triple captains flying around on him. And I was thinking of triple captaining Veron anyway. So
Yeah, I think I'll be on Veron or Nedved.
yeah, it's just that it's those extra points for them scoring, and they tend to match up well with Rude on the match rating as well. So yeah, it just makes sense. Let's right. What was so we wanted to have a look at
Dion Dublin.
see if he's retired from international football. Where would we see that? Doesn't look like he is.
No.
So it's just Sven being a dick. Simple as that. The game's just slowed down. There we go. What was I'm just working through what people wanted to see. John Shanley, all teams playing today in the game? No. So that's today's fixtures. So there's 7 fixtures today. And then tomorrow we have Ipswich, Charlton, Liverpool, Arsenal. And then Monday, Sunderland versus Derby.
Nice.
So yeah, anyone that's low percent on Sunderland will probably be okay by the time that they play.
Okay, I'm definitely going to captain Kevin Phillips now because he's going to be well up for Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
That's it. He wants a hat trick in front of the cameras.
Who do we think will replace Tome at the back? It's an interesting one.
Is it Varga?
Let's double check. Centre half, left centre half.
Tome didn't play the week before. It got repped the week before. So if you look at there
you go. Varga then. So maybe Varga. I'm not sure how much he is on the game. I've got a feeling he's 5.
Really?
I don't think he's, because Tome's 4.5.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling Varga might be. Not sure. But it's probably Varga. I think, I'd go with Varga starting instead of Tome. That would make sense. Let's have a quick run through the fixtures. We've got 15 minutes before we go. Bolton versus Man United. I think it's a tough one for United. Bolton have been quite impressive at home. I do think United will win, but it's not going to be like loads of goals. It's making me think about maybe start Jääskeläinen for the save points. I've got Jääskeläinen and Sullivan. But Sullivan. Don't know. I'll probably go Sullivan.
See, I've got Jääskeläinen and Brannigan, and Brannigan's playing Charlton at home, so I think I'd be silly to turn down Charlton at home.
Just got a funny feeling that Leeds will slip up, but then Man United will as well.
Okay.
It's a tough fixture. I think if you're trying to plan to steam into them, if you haven't already for the treble, might be a case of hold off and get that extra bit of information this week and target some of the other fixtures like Chelsea at home to Newcastle. Could be a good fixture for their assets.
Yeah. You'd expect what 1-2 now.
Yeah, and like there'll be no rep like there was a couple of weeks ago for Chelsea. It could be a game for the likes of Carbone and Good Johnson to shine through.
Yeah, they end the season really nicely as well. They've got Newcastle home, Charlton away, Everton at home. 3 very favourable fixtures. If you want to get a defender in, looks pretty solid.
I think the only thing with that is the defenders for Chelsea are quite expensive if you want to take advantage of United and Liverpool doubles.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Because the United defence, there is no cheap access, and the same with the Liverpool defence, really. Leeds versus Blackburn, I can only see a Leeds win. I think Larson could be the man with Paducah out. Larson, or if you've got Smith, obviously hold. Larson could be another contestant for the captaincy this week if you want to go against Phillips. Man City, Leicester. This is a tough one to call, I think. Nobody really has any Man City assets because they've been so on and off all season.
Yeah, difficult to own.
I've got Flitcroft and I've got Is-It in this one, and I might play them both. Just go see what happens. Roll the dice. Middlesbrough, Watford. Yeah, it's. I mean, we thought that last week's fixture against Bolton was a good one. This week, against Watford, even better. Although Would there be? I have to double check. There might. Would there be rep in this game? The Middlesbrough high enough rep
I'd
to.
assume there's potential for it.
Hmm. I'd probably take the gamble on
Yeah.
captain in box. Would I captain Boxic? Probably. Yeah, if you own one of those, Boxic or Rickard, but don't own Phillips, and you can't get to Phillips, then yeah, there and have a couple of options. Zapata as well, or Marinelli, who's added to his tally. Yeah, 3 goals in 12 games, 3 goals, 7 goal involvements in 12 games is not too shabby at all.
No, 5 million, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like
It's
ridiculously cheap.
much better value than Chadwick. Chadwick's not got that many returns in that many games, has he?
No, but I'm guessing with Chadwick, you've got 6 fixtures against. Oh no, 5 fixtures against 3 fixtures, haven't you?
I'd still
the
back
upside.
Marinelli at this point.
And Johnston, who's been been really gradual this season.
Yeah.
23 goal involvements and 39 appearances this season.
So good.
Yeah, I think it's because last season there'd be like a goal and assist or a couple of goals or whatever. And this season it's just been very gradually scoring.
Yeah, he's probably very rarely been in the like team of the week sort of thing. He's just been, as you say, gradual, and it's the price. He's 8 million, isn't he? So everybody there's that little group of 7 million midfielders or cheaper. So if you want to move from Hughes to Alexanderson, you can. If you want to move from Chadwick to Marinelli, you can. Petkov to Perez to Izzet. Whereas going to that 8 million bracket, it's really difficult to fit those midfielders into your team.
Yeah, especially if you want the big guns up top. Like if you want 2 premiums up top, you can't really go for an 8 million midfielder. Especially when in this game you kind of want 2 or 3 premiums at the back as well. Mill v Villa. I think this will be tight and low scoring. I think, obviously if you've got Dublin, hold him, but not a captaincy option purely because it's away. Although he'll go and score a hat-trick now because I've said that standard D on Dublin. And then we said Spurs v Everton. Again, just not too sure on it, but you'd expect an Everton win just purely because of the keeper situation. Yeah, I'd imagine it's Totter that plays. Not sure if we've had any rep from them this season. Oh, that's Stoke fixture in the cup. I don't know. Who did they play before that in the cup? Portsmouth, full strength in both of them, almost. League Cup, they're against big teams, against West Brom. Totter played there. Yeah, so it'd probably be Totter. So that kind of makes me... I don't know what to do with Kevin Campbell now. Kind of want to get rid of him. To start trying to move towards because of the injury problems at Liverpool. You've got Heskey there. Is it Heskey that's pretty good value? I think he's only like
7.5. I think
7.5. Yeah, which if he's starting each game, I think that's good value.
But then you've got Owen coming back, haven't you? And then it just throws a bit of a spanner in the works on that one.
Yeah, if Owen comes back in the middle of the double game week, it would be a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Ipswich Charlton, I think an Ipswich win. Like we said when we went for the run through, I think if Luke is kind and gives us Gary Doherty information, then he could be a captaincy option if you want to roll the dice to improve your rank. Just to have have a little go at it. Could be quite fun. Liverpool, Arsenal. I'm going to back Liverpool because Arsenal have been terrible away from home. Yeah, they lost 4-2 to Leeds. They beat Sunderland. They lost to Villa. Then they played Liverpool in the UEFA Cup and they lost 2-0 away. This could be more or less the lineup, apart from Barnby.
Yeah,
And
I'd say
then
probably
Murphy,
Partridge on
not
the left.
Murphy.
I'd say yeah. I'd say Murphy come to the right and Partridge on the left probably.
Yeah, Partridge. Yeah, I think that would probably be the lineup.
Yeah,
Partridge could be an interesting one then for with the double on the horizon.
yeah. Is he 5 as well?
5 or 5.5, yeah.
Good
Have a
value.
cheap option. All of these 5 million midfielders, they open up that then being able to go try and squeeze in Nedved, Veron, and Van Nistelrooy.
Bloody hell.
It would be crazy, but you could, if you've got a wild card, have a play around, and I reckon you might be able to do it.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to go a bit smaller at the back, but I think if you've got those three and then like Partridge,
Yeah.
and then Heskey, like Owen dependent. Yeah, it's. I think, and
Yeah, I
then
think
maybe
if you're on free hit as well, I think I'd go triple Liverpool defence, but then triple Man U attack. Probably
hmm,
try if you could get a Rude, Nedved, Veron, as well as Honcho, Hippie, or Dudek, and then just cheap everywhere else like Alexanderson and a
yeah,
couple of
go with the Millwall
boys.
players. Yeah,
You could
yeah, it
probably do it.
could be a nice little play that if you have a wild card. Uh, I'd say if you had a wild card and a triple captain, then you'd up to wild card this week to
Yeah.
set it up. You'd probably have to take a hit for the double, well, treble game week, but I wouldn't be complaining about taking a hit if I had that sort of team
No.
on the cards.
Wild
Uh,
card this week looks nice as well because the Millwall boys have got Villa at home. Liverpool defenders have got Arsenal at home. And then Man
hmm,
U have got Bolton away, so that the fixtures aren't terrible if you do want a wild card into the doubles and triples. It's looking quite nice.
yeah, um, yeah, Millwall, like it's that Derby fixture, which could be one that if you have got a few, like you said, Alexanderson and players like that kicking
Yeah.
in about in there, you could get a return from them in that first fixture, and then you
Yeah.
just pick up some appearance points for the second fixture against Man United, or Man United go full rep and Millwall go and spank them.
Yeah, exactly.
if
Yeah, that's it.
the league's done, they'll go full rep and yeah, that'd be you're laughing with free Millwall assets. I think if this is why this week is something that I've been thinking about. Concentrate on the Liverpool assets and then see how the Leeds and Man United results pan out, and then
Mm.
go full steam into Millwall as well if it looks like that rep could happen.
Yeah.
Um, and then finally, Sunderland versus Derby. We'd think that yeah, Kevin Phillips probably be the highest captaincy this week, and Varga possibly starting at centre half instead of Tome. Oh no, Tome is playing this week. Varga will be from next week, so you got one more week of Tome there. Is there anyone else? Captain said good fixture for one chop. Oh, the Man City Leicester fixture. Yeah, one chop or Huckabee. It could be a good fixture. Yeah, I'd probably back Man City over Leicester assets. But if you do have Leicester, unless you're moving to one of the doubles, probably worth just holding them because they're decent value. Um, and Daryl's added with Millwall, they end at home to Leicester. So yeah, they've got Derby there, Derby at home, Man United away, and Leicester at home. So yeah, some good fixtures there for Millwall. Fantasy connects them. Varga is 4.5, so straight swap for time. John Shanley, don't know whether to start Yussi or Barthez. I'll probably always go with the home fixture.
Yeah, I think I'd go UC.
Yeah. We go and say that. Don't at me when Man United banging 4 though.
You can at me. I don't care.
Complain to him. Although I've said that I'd consider it, although probably wasn't thinking straight. Yeah, Sullivan against Derby definitely. What else do we need to go through? Team of the week for we'll call this the unofficial team of the week is there. Not many shocks. Two guys making his way into. Well, last week we had was it the team of the year?
Melchior
centre mid, yeah. So this week we've got centre mid playing centre half. Nothing else has been announced. That's last year. And then the player of the months and everything is next week. So that's all that. And player stats, just quickly run through them. Top average ratings, Rude there. So it's the attackers, midfielders, Gary Kelly in midfield, and defenders. I'm probably going to have to say goodbye to Southgate to try and make way for a Liverpool defender.
Disgusting behaviour.
It is, but I kind of have to do it for the double. Then goals, no goals by the keepers. Damn. There you go, Doherty. Unsworth catching up with him with the defenders. Then miles ahead. Next up's Ian Hart on 5.
Wow.
5 from how many appearances? How many starts has he actually had for Leeds? Oh, he's had 30 starts. So he's pretty much just been playing probably in Europe and the cups. It doesn't feel like he started 30 games. Goals from midfielders. Veron with his brace takes him clear there, and attackers really hotting up with the race for the golden boot.
Yeah.
Henry has just been like chugging along recently, and he's getting himself there in the mix. But yeah, that's going to be tight finish. I wouldn't be against it going down to the last game, or then going down to number of assists or however they work it out. And then assists, Alan Johnston, 14. I think he got another couple of assists at the during the week. Petkov and 2 guy up there, Veron there as well. Viduka on 10. The attackers, midfielders, Johnston. Defenders, Jason McAteer up there as a midfielder. That's why nobody owns him. Otherwise, if he was a defender, he'd be someone that people might have been looking at halfway through the season. And then there's our famous 3 keepers that have got assists this season. Right, job information. No manager at Bristol. Joe Kinnear is insecure, and that is it from the Premier League. Nothing internationally, and then there's obviously the transfer window's closed, so we don't need to check that. And we'll have a quick look at the Div 1 table. Bradford, Norwich and Southampton still guaranteed the playoffs. 2 games to go. West Brom with an outside chance. It could all be settled this week.
How are my boys doing?
Can we scroll that far? Oh no, they're only there. They're not coming up.
Pathetic.
They've had a poor season. Let's see. Kevin Gallen has been
Oh,
the top man.
Kevin Garrett's my main man, is he? Brilliant.
There's one for Rob Pick, signed from Barnsley. The Canio's still there, 14. Nobody probably wants to get him because he's too bloody old. Yeah.
Oh, we got Grabby as well. The season 1 legend, Grabby.
Wasn't he the one that he was like starting for Blackburn in pre-season, then he got dropped, and then he like only started away games or something ridiculous.
He had like 10 goals in the first 8 games or something, then never played again.
Yeah,
it was really weird.
Corrado Grabby. He's not done bad for 3 goals and 2 assists in 4 starts at West Ham.
Good player.
Yeah, nothing much else from them. Is there anything else anyone wants to see? You have 1 minute, and then I'm going to the pub to get calmed down, not get silly. I want to remember the game. I had to watch the game again on Wednesday because I just gradually got more and more drunk with nerves. Wigan down.
I'm sure you saw what I did during the game. Did you see the video?
Yeah, so, mate, it did make me chuckle. So I did something similar to that, but I ran to the pub. It was at the end of the 2008 Champions League final. Fair play. I was like in tears that night at a mate's house. He'd had a barbecue for it because he was a Chelsea fan. I was in tears, and he's like jumping up and down, and then Terry goes and slips over. And then he's in tears. I'm jumping up and down, and then I just ran up the street singing and ran straight into the pub where a few other mates that were Man United fans were, and spent the rest of the evening in there.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good fun. Hopefully we get another. Will we get another video of you tonight if they win?
Sequel, yeah.
We'll get a sequel.
If we get a big win, I'll do a little dance in front of my neighbours.
Waving his shirt around like that as he run past, or is that we'll save that for Wednesday night?
If we score 4 tonight, you'll have a sequel
before the end of the game when the 4th goes in.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Innes Brecken is in the game. He must be playing for someone. Cool. Well, I think that's it then for the Gameweek 36 preview. Jordan, you're back this Thursday, aren't you?
Yeah.
Join Luke and Andy on Thursday for the stream. I've been informed by Luke that the leak will be released sometime whenever the scout decides to do it. He left it like pretty much all of Monday. I think it was like 9 in the evening he decided to tweet it out when everyone was concentrating on watching like the amazing football that was happening. So there's that. I'll do a quick plug while I'm here. If you're playing a Euros game or just generally interested in the Euros game, then my podcast at FPL Happy Hour, we've got our 2 semi-final previews on Monday. We've got a fantastic one. So the first one will be early, and then there'll be a late one. The late one, we've got our rep for Italy and our rep for Spain, who are 2 of like the most informative guys we've met so far. Booked in late on Monday and then early Monday evening. Fingers crossed, touch wood, everything. We'll have James at Planet FPL coming on as he's the England rep to come and talk us through with either the Danish or the Czech rep. Fingers crossed. that it all goes well. Sorry, or we'll have the Ukrainian rep coming on. Give him a shout
We don't
out
want
at
that.
FPL
We
Ukraine.
don't want that.
No, I think I don't want a pod if that's the case.
Yeah,
because it would just
just
be
tell them they can't come on.
I'll just be too gutted. But if that interests you, then subscribe to the channel FPL Happy Hour, and you'll get notifications of when the streams are booked in for. It's likely to be like 7 o'clock and 9:30, I think. But enjoy the rest of your days. What are you off to do now? Chill.
Gonna try and chill. Gonna try and get my mind ready. Get in the right mind space, and get prepared for later.
I think it's good that there's a 5 o'clock fixture. Like, it's not the 5 o'clock fixture, because you can kind of just sit and relax and just enjoy that and try and take your mind off it a bit. So that's what I'm going to be doing at the pub. Just sink a couple and try and just watch the Denmark game for what it is, and and then get into tonight. So enjoy tonight, everyone, and